Army makes it 3 in a row over Navy in annual Army-Navy game. For the third straight year, Army, 10-2, got to sink second after the Army-Navy game. Army notched its third consecutive victory over Navy, 3-10, with a 17-10 victory in Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia on Saturday afternoon. Army scored with completing a big pass on an early third down and ending the drive with a 10-yard touchdown run with a 51-yard run by between those two plays. The defense took care of things from there as neither team managed to get much going on offense for the majority of the game, but Army's defense had the stronger outing in holding Navy to just 77 yards of offense through the first 3 quarters of play. Navy also had 4 turnovers, including a costly fumble by senior deep in the Army end in the fourth quarter. Lewis would make up for his fumble on Navy's next possession. After forcing Army to go 3 and out following the Navy turnover, Lewis capped a quick drive with a 1-yard push for a touchdown. Ignited the drive right from the start with a 43-yard run from the Army 48-yard line. Now with a spark of life, Navy's defense forced Army to punt the ball away again on the ensuing possession after a 3 and out, giving Navy the ball at their own 34-yard line to start the drive. But a false start penalty on a 3rd and 7 backed Navy up 5 more yards and a third down pass was broken up on the sideline. Knowing that a punt may not give Navy a chance to get the ball back, Wisely chose to go for it on 4th and 12. But had the ball knocked out of his hand by, who recovered the loose ball on the ground at the Navy 22-yard line. The running trio of Walker, Hopkins and powered Army for much of the game, doing enough damage to give Army a 2-score lead and running clock, although Navy eventually started to lock in a bit better. The win for Army gives the Black Knights the first back-to-back 10-win seasons in school history, and now Army has a chance to record the first 11-win season in school history with an upcoming bowl game. The job continuing to be done by Army head coach remains one of the best in the nation. Monken took over an Army team that had won more than 3 games just twice since 2006 and was in the midst of an extended 14-game losing streak to Navy. It took a few years, but Monken now has Army situated in the better spot with a top 25 team and back-to-back 10-win seasons, but the 3-game winning streak over Navy is what Army fans will get to brag about for the next 365 days. Army now has its longest winning streak against Navy since winning 5 straight meetings between 1992 and 1996. This is Army's longest winning streak against Navy since winning 5 straight from 1992 through 1996. 4 of those games were played in Veterans Stadium. The other was played in Giant Stadium. Kevin McGuire, at Kevin Wansp, Army's season will see one more game played with the Black Knights heading to the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth, Texas. Army will play one of Navy's AAC West Division foes, the Houston Cougars, in the Armed Forces Bowl on Saturday, December 22. Houston leads the all-time series with Army, 5-2, with the most recent game being played when both teams were members of Conference USA in 2004. Navy's season is now officially over. The midshipmen are staying home for the bowl season for the first time since 2011 and just the second time since Paul Johnson coaches his first season in Annapolis in 2002. Navy's 2019 season opener will be played on Saturday, August 31, 2019 against Holy Cross. Next season's Army-Navy game is scheduled for Saturday, December 14, 2019. It will once again be played in Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. For the second year in a row, an Oklahoma Sooners quarterback has won the Heisman Trophy. Quarterback was named the winner of this year's Heisman Trophy on Saturday night in New York as he edged out Alabama quarterback for the award down the stretch of the season. Murray took on the starting role this season following in the footsteps of 2017 Heisman Trophy winner, who left Oklahoma a year early to be the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. Already with a shot at baseball locked up with the Oakland Athletics, Murray was committed to playing at least one more year of football before getting set on his baseball career. Even though a game was played by his head coach leading up to the start of the season, Murray was clearly going to be the starting quarterback for Oklahoma this season, and he did not disappoint. Murray passed for 4,053 yards and 40 touchdowns with 7 interceptions and rushed for 892 yards and 11 touchdowns in leading Oklahoma to the Big 12 championship and a spot in the college football playoff for the second straight year. The only game in which Murray failed to throw for at least 200 yards was a September home game against Army, but Murray produced 3 quick touchdown drives in a game that saw Army dominate the time of possession and not give Murray many chances. In that game, Murray completed 11 of 15 passes for 165 yards and he carried the football 7 times for 71 yards with 4 combined touchdowns. Oklahoma held the football for just 15-19 in that game, a 28-21 overtime victory against a determined Army that found an advantage against Oklahoma's defense. The lack of solid defensive play put plenty of pressure on Murray all season long to find ways to put points on the board. Because Oklahoma's defense was a constant weakness that could be exposed, Murray had to keep up the pace and rarely was given a chance to take a foot off the gas pedal. Whatever works in Norman, right? On Thursday night at the Home Depot College Football Awards show in Atlanta, Murray received the Davey O'Brien Award as the nation's best quarterback, but Tagovailoa took home the Walter Camp Player of the Year and the Maxwell Award. The last Walter Camp Player of the Year not to win the Heisman Trophy was Notre Dame linebacker in 2012. The last Maxwell Award winner not to win the Heisman Trophy was Alabama's in 2013. The last time a player won the Walter Camp Player of the Year and the Maxwell Award but did not win the Heisman Trophy was 2012, when Texas A&M quarterback took the Heisman but Teo took the other two individual awards. Murray's Heisman Trophy victory moves Oklahoma into a tie for first place with Notre Dame and Ohio State on the list of all-time Heisman Trophy winners. All three schools now have 7 Heisman Trophy winners each. USC would also be tied for first place, but the Trojans officially only have 6 Heisman winners, with the 2005 Heisman won by vacated from the record book. Now the Trojans are alone in second place, officially speaking. Murray's Heisman Trophy means Oklahoma head coach now has 2 Heisman Trophy winners in his first 2 seasons as a head coach. The stage is now set for a playoff showdown between this year's Heisman Trophy winner and first runner-up, as Alabama and Oklahoma will play in the Orange Bowl semifinal in the college football playoff in a few weeks. According to research by Associated Press college football reporter Ralph Russo, this will be the 7th bowl game featuring the Heisman winner and runner-up dating back to 1975. My count, there have been 6 bowls matching Heisman winner and Heisman runner-up, feel free to correct. 2006 Rose Bush v. Young, 2005 Orange Leinart v. Peterson, 2003 Rose Palmer v. Banks, 2001 Orange Wynka v. Heupel, 1980 Gator Rogers v. Green, 1975 Rose Griffin v. Davis. Ralph D. Russo, at Ralph Drussope. Here is how the voting went down, with Murray running away from Tagovailoa with 517 first-place votes to Tagovailoa's 299. Murray won the award by a total of 296 points. President became the 10th sitting president to attend the Army-Navy game in person, making his second appearance at the game since his election to the White House in 2016. He attended the 2016 Army-Navy game as president-elect. After the president served up a flimsy coin flip, it was time to play America's game in Lincoln Financial Field. Taking the ball to start the game, Army wasted little time getting points on the board. After starting the drive as you would expect Army to do against Navy, by running the ball, went play action as he rolled to his right and found a wide open for a gain of 17 yards on 3rd and 6. Took off for a 51-yard run on the next snap to take Army into the red zone, and Hopkins kept the ball on the next play for a 10-yard touchdown run. Since that opening drive, the game has been a bit of a punting exhibition. A Navy drive ended with an interception thrown by on the Army side of the field, but Army missed a field goal on the ensuing possession as they attempted to build on their early 7-0 lead. That's where we stand at the halftime break, with Navy set to receive the football to start the second half. Auburn freshman running back will no longer be a part of the Tigers program. Martin announced his decision to transfer to a new school with a brief message shared on his Twitter account on Saturday. Martin enrolled early at Auburn as part of the class of 2018 this year. The former Mr. Football in Alabama was a 4-star running back recruit in the class of 2018 according to his. Martin fielded offers from Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Michigan, Ole Miss and many more. Martin appeared in 5 games this season, which means he cannot use his 2018 season as a redshirt season according to the updated NCAA redshirt rule. In those 5 games, Martin had 13 rushing attempts for 57 yards and 2 receptions for 36 yards. Martin also returned a kickoff for 18 yards. Martin's next destination remains to be seen, although he will have to sit out the 2019 season before being eligible to play again in 2020 at an FBS program. He would be eligible to play right away next fall if he transfers to an FCS or lower school. 20. At the Asa Martin _ news regarding the offensive coordinator position at North Carolina has been busy the past few days, but the latest report suggests one has been found. A former offensive coordinator at Louisville will be heading to Chapel Hill to fill the role of offensive coordinator for UNC head coach, according to A on Saturday. Galloway has made the rounds in his coaching career. Before arriving at Louisville, Galloway has coached at Elon, East Carolina, Appalachian State, West Virginia, and Wake Forest. Galloway was previously connected to the WikiLeaks scandal as a Louisville assistant when he was reported to have to acquire some information from within the Wake Forest football program leading up to a game. Galloway was at the end of the 2016 season. Galloway's experience and familiarity in and around North Carolina should be a key asset for him as he joins Brown's coaching staff. With a fertile ground for football talent, having coaches who are as connected as possible in the state should serve North Carolina well as Brown looks to re-establish a foundation for future success. Previously attached North Texas offensive coordinator and former Texas Tech quarterback to the offensive coordinator job at North Carolina. It appears Harrell is not leaving North Texas, at least for the Tar Heels, at this time.